make the Olympic team, so.
The Japanese demonstrated their superb efficiency and organising ability, and with the aid of television, the Games made their greatest ever impact on the world.
McCord was selected for the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo, and by the quarter-final stage, he was the last Irishman standing. He guaranteed himself a bronze at the very least by beating the Spaniard Barrera. Then it was on to the semi-final and the fight with the Russian Baranikov.
I didn't really think about the medal, actually. You know, I was more interested in fighting the Russian. Prior to me, he knocked his 4 opponents out, including Janis Katie, who was the reigning European champion. The judges' scores, and you can check it up, like. 3 judges made it 59-59. 2 judges gave it to me 60-58, and 3 59-59s had to give the decision, and they gave it to the Russian. So that's how close it was. The Russian, in turn, he got a bad decision in the final against the Pole, Joseph Grudzian. And then Ireland fought Poland about 6 months later, and I fought Grudzian and beat him handy enough. Like.
Jim McCord was part of the Ireland team that travelled to the Mexico Olympics 4 years later, but was surprisingly beaten in his first fight.
And the danger has got in, and so Jim McCord, who won a bronze medal in Tokyo in 1964, is out of these Olympics in his first bout.
With the team's most experienced campaigner out of the competition, Ireland's hopes of a medal rested on a young squad, including 19-year-old Martin Quinn.
I moved to Belfast, and then I joined up with the John Bosco Club in Belfast, Freddie Gilroyd's club. Watching Freddie training, and we always trying to copy of him, and you know, he was a southpaw, I was also left-handed, so I was a southpaw. We was just watching and trying to throw the same punches he was throwing, you know. After the seniors, I boxed against West Germany in Dublin, and then they picked the Olympic team that Sunday to go to Mexico. And I can remember up in my bedroom and listening to their small radio ahead, and the team was being announced. And when I heard my name over the radio, it was, oh my goodness. I came down into the we call it kitchen then, and told my mother and father I was going to the Olympic Games, you know, and you know, it was just in a cloud, you know. I went out into the street and was telling my neighbours, I'm going to Mexico, I'm going to the Olympics, you know. It was a marvellous experience, you know, to get picked to box for your country, you know.
The flame bursts into life, and the signal goes round the world that this 19th celebration of the modern games is underway.
It took 11 hours flying time now, and we're going to KLM flight, I can remember well, but it was very tiring when we got there, getting to the village, and I can remember just clocking out, top of the bed, and waking up the next day, and there I was, you know, looking out the window in the village, and you know, it was a tremendous, watching all the different tracksuits in different countries, you know, walking about, and marvellous experience, you know.
Another of the Olympic debutants in 1968 was a young fighter from Kilkenny in his first major international tournament.
I had only about 2.5 years experience in boxing, but I earned that trip to the Mexico Olympics because here at this stadium I boxed Horst Rascher, who was the European champion from Germany, and I beat him. And that win, along with a few other good performances, that guaranteed me my place on the Mexico Olympic team, and that was a fantastic experience. 2 of my clubmates came with me. Brendan McCarthy, one of the best flyweights to ever grace the ring here at the stadium. Eddie Tracy at featherweight, another brilliant boxer. So Arbor Hill Club at that time, wearing black and amber, my old county's colours actually, Kilkenny. 3 of us went to the Mexico Olympic Games, and that was absolutely outstanding for a club. And it so happened we were flyweight, bantamweight and featherweight.
Darling is only 19. He works in a Dublin hotel as a waiter. Number 178. Keep your eye on this right hand of Darling, because it can do damage. It's a good punch.
Mick Dowling's Olympic career got off to some start by stopping the East German boxer in the first round.
What a chance here for Darling. Oh, and there it is again.
He eventually got through to the quarter-final, where he just missed out on a bronze medal, losing a close decision to Morioka, the Japanese boxer. Meanwhile, Marty Quinn got his tournament off to a similarly dramatic start.
So it's Martin Quinn of Ireland, the bout at lightweight. His opponent is Sambo Bernard of the Cameroons. Oh, that's two good right hands to Bernard. He's got Bernard in trouble in this first round, belting him away to the body, left and right hand, and Bernard goes down in the corner in the first. He's in awful trouble.
When I beat the fella from the Cameroons, that gave me a good buzz there and a good lift. And then when I was drawn against Grudgin from Poland, Jim McCourt knew him well because he was the gold medalist. Jim got the bronze in Tokyo that year, and Grudgin got the gold.
Oh, what a good left-handed he's got with the big champion on the floor at the very end of this bout.
It was a cracking punch, and I look at it and I say, my goodness. And with him being so groggy and falling about and that, he was hurt, you know.
There can only be seconds to go, and Grugin is in trouble from Martin Quinn of Ireland.
Even though I did put him down in the third round and messed it up by not going to the neutral corner quick enough. And I can remember Eddie Thompson telling me he counted 18 seconds wasted before the referee got the count, taking up the count. So, you know, when he did get up, he was groggy, he was crowding about. The referee just waved it in the box. As soon as I moved in, the bell went. So he was actually saved by the bell, really, you know.
Well, despite that knockdown, Grugin is the winner and goes through to the quarterfinals. But what a display by the Irishman.
I'm sorry I didn't go back and train and make my sights on Munich in '72, because I feel I could have got there, the Munich Olympics. But I was so mixed up then, because then what happened was my house was burned in '69 with the Troubles in Belfast, and all my trophies were burned, and my competitors' medal, and all my photographs, and you know, my mother died shortly after that, which didn't help me any, and then a brother too passed away young. Boxing just was. I just totally lost interest in it, you know.
Marty Quinn's teammate in Mexico, Mick Dowling, did box on, and he built one of the most remarkable careers in Irish amateur boxing. A record number of national titles was capped with 2 bronze medals at European Championships. And after the fighting was over, Dowling became an integral part of the Drimna boxing story. A story that would eventually end the country's long, long wait for that elusive Olympic boxing gold.